Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, we're going to be looking at two-note harmony. What is two-note harmony? As the name implies, it's when you play two notes at the same time to create harmony. Usually one of those notes could be looked at as a melody note, and the higher or lower note could be looked at as a harmony note. Two-note harmony is something you hear all the time when two guitarists play a melody, like in the music of the Allman Brothers, or horns play a harmonized part in soul and R&B, and it's a great thing to do on guitar. As a matter of fact, all that horn harmony from classic soul and R&B records provided a lot of the inspiration for guitar players to come up with two-note harmonized figures on the guitar, also known as double stops, playing two notes at a time. So we're going to start in the key of C minor, using as our basis the C Dorian mode. So the first thing to do is to cover all the scale positions of C Dorian going up the neck. Let's go through all the fretboard positions of C Dorian. We're going to start down here. So in this position, we're starting on the 4th F. So there's our root note C. So let's just very quickly talk about the intervals of C Dorian. The root note, major second, minor third, 4th, 5th, major 6th, flat 7th. So that's what makes up C Dorian. And that scale can be used for soloing over straight C minor chord, or C minor 7, or C minor 7 like this, C minor 7 like this, or even C 7 sharp 9, which is more like a typical dominant chord. So blues songs, which would be played all dominant chords, you can use C Dorian for that too, even though it's primarily a minor mode. All right, so we started in first position. Let's move up to second position here. So you have that there, and every time you play one of these positions, aside from memorizing it, just mess around to familiarize yourself with the position. Let's move up to the next position. So that would be 5th position here. Sixth position. Eighth position. Now we're starting on the C root note. So this one's a little weird because we have those consecutive strings, 5th and 6th, where we have to go from the ring to the pinky with an extra fret reach. If you want, you could go index, middle, pinky, if that's more comfortable to you. Let's move up to 10th position. Eleventh position. And then we're up to 13th position, and this is really a replica of what happened down here, except we're going to fret notes on the 12th fret. Down in this position, we're played as open strings. All right, so now within the structure of the C Dorian mode, we're going to look at two-note harmony, moving up and down the fretboard, playing two notes at a time, and we're going to use adjacent strings, playing thirds. All right, let's play pairs of thirds, two-note harmony within the scale structure, diatonic to C Dorian, moving up the neck on adjacent strings, playing thirds. So all the notes will be thirds apart. We could start with this and move to this. So just to explain it for a second, F and A, that's a major third. G and B flat, that's a minor third. So you're either going to have shapes that are 1 fret apart or 2 frets apart. So here we go. Here's the pattern. And I'm going to do this moving across all the pairs of strings, going from the lowest part of the fretboard to the highest. Here it is descending. In that example, we crossed pairs of strings as we were going down, as you could see. Which is a good thing to do for moving around quickly. But to memorize it and learn it all over the fretboard, a really good thing to practice is playing those pairs up and down the entire length of the fretboard on pairs of strings, adjacent strings. So let's start on the top 2 strings. There's our C minor 7th chord. For a point of reference, now let's do it on the B and the G string. Now let's do it on the G and the D string. Let's do it on the D and the A string. And now, we'll do it on the bottom 2 strings. So be sure to memorize all of those shapes. As I said, you're usually 2 or 1 fret apart on most of the string groups. Has to be one or the other, except for when you play on the G and the B. It's either going to be 1 fret or at the same fret.